to achieve an unparalleled position in the global value chains and make substantial contribution to their bottom-up transformation. By promoting peer-to-peer learning, this forum of Afri-cities strengthens cooperation among sub-sovereign governments and devolution, a tremendous innovation established under our 2010 Constitution, has evolved into an exemplary success story that Kenyans are very proud of, as it has brought services closer to the people, empowered grassroots participation in governance, and safeguarded minority rights and enhanced equity in resource mobilization and allocation. And I want to agree with the CS Treasury that we have made as a government a conscious decision that we will go out of our way to support devolution and to make sure that there is timeless release of resources to the counties. Although there has not been any framework, we decided that we will get an advisory from the Attorney General to allow us to support counties, even as the other formalities and constitutional imperatives are being met. I have also agreed with the leadership of Parliament that Parliament will not go into recess unless they conclude both DORA and CARA. And I think I have it on the authority of both leaders of majority and both speakers that we want to conclude that exercise so that we allow the counties to execute their mandate without unnecessary roadblocks. AfriExim as a Pan-African multilateral institution was envisioned by African leaders as a bold and innovative mechanism to address Africa's unique financing needs. Its initiatives, such as the Pandemic Trade Impact Mitigation Facility and the Fund for Export Development in Africa, exemplify its commitment to mitigating economic shocks, fostering sustainable industrialization, and radically enhancing intra-African trade. These initiatives underscore AfriExim's pivotal role in driving the continent's economic transformation and achieving a sustainable and inclusive growth trajectory. Again, to underscore the Pan-African payment and settlement system that was ably said by the CS for Treasury, that as a country we are champions because we want to remove unnecessary currency challenges. Professor tells us we lose about $5 billion every year on just exchange rate losses because of moving from one currency to another, from one country to another. The Pan-African payment and settlement system now gives us an opportunity for all African countries to trade in our local currencies without necessarily having to mind about which currency, which product, from which country is being traded. That gives us the latitude and the framework to build the momentum around the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. And President Orama, I want to tell you, we are grateful as leaders in this continent that you are thinking ahead of time and providing solutions to the challenges that come our way. Closer home, Kenya has greatly benefited from AfriExim support through the Kenya Country Program, and I have said the $3 billion has been allocated to support our nation's key priority over the next 3 years, aligning with our bottom-up economic transformation agenda. This substantial investment will support programs and projects in value chains under our strategic pillars of our economic transformation plan, including agriculture. And again, you know how passionate I am, Professor, with our farmers. We have a $50 million facility for the Agricultural Finance Corporation, which again, we must sign off today. Because my farmers need that $7.5 billion to be able to buy fertilizer, buy other farm inputs at below 8% interest rate. That way, we can better support whether it is our sugarcane farmers or our cotton farmers or maize or tea or coffee I'm told by my team that all has been agreed upon, and Mbadi, please, you better have ink in your pen so that we can sign this off today. Together with our medium and small and micro enterprises, the digital superhighway, the creative economy, and industrialization sectors, as well as securing critical commodities such as petroleum, rice, and fertilizers. Again, as Professor Orama said, and CS Treasury has said, the whole ecosystem of creating jobs around our special economic zones. We have now 7 new special economic zones. 1 in Dongokundu, 1 in Kirinyaga, 1 in Thika, 1 in Eldoret, here in Kisumu, 1 in Busia. All these special economic zones, and of course, the one in Naivasha, where we have agreed with AfriExim, and we will be signing off. They will be providing resources for us to do the infrastructure to support these facilities so that we can again work with them in looking for the investors that will invest in these special economic zones for purposes of creating jobs for our young people, creating value for our products that we are producing, and making sure that we do more exports. And among the crops we are targeting for export going into the future, as opposed to import, is sugar. As I said, this year we were blessed. We produced more sugar than we consume for the first time in many years. And I'm looking forward to carrying out additional reforms in that sector. We've just passed the sugar law that is now going to provide greater space and a better focus on matters policy to support the whole industry in this region, so that instead of spending a lot of our money importing stuff, including sugar, we will instead be looking at mechanisms of export. And the partnership we are putting together with AfriExim will help us unlock that potential. Africa continues to face a deep economic crisis caused by a variety of complex challenges, ranging from slowing global trade, rising energy costs, and high food prices. These challenges are further compounded by a public debt burden that has reached concerning levels. Without a doubt, committed and consistent collective action is essential to deepen African integration, enhance our collective economic resilience, and promote greater levels of intra-Africa trade. Equally certain is the fact that going forward, Pan-African transformation will increasingly depend on institutions like AfriExim and many others to mobilize resources and create a conducive environment for investment in job creation, poverty reduction, industrialization, and a stronger export performance and accelerated development through intra-Africa trade. Allow me also to confirm to you the sentiments expressed by the Governor of Kisumu on matters to do with the lake ecosystem.